Okay, we actually back now. We froze in that last one, but we back. We're gonna continue exactly where we left off. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. Link to his actual upload that wasn't manipulated and all changed by the way I set it up. His original upload is in the description. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. Check it out on his channel if you don't want to be interrupted by this breakdown. So we're gonna get right back to it. This is where we last left off, where he's hanging up on this woman, or she's done with the call, whatever.
You know, it's my journey. Moving forward, I appreciate your advice.
Appreciate it. I don't know why we should think we should have patience for this shit. Go back to G6 if you want to have somebody have patience with it. Make sure you pay your tithes and offerings on time. The collection plate coming through. You want patience going over there? They got plenty of patience and plenty of room in the front row. The men that share your reflection, who hear this shit, have no patience. And the men that share your reflection that you're passing up to deal with dudes that ain't about nothing, then when those very men that you don't have time for decide to go off to Becky, Marisol, Marlene, then all of a sudden they selling out, they don't like it, they hate their mama, such and so forth. You can't top that shit. All of it in one thing. That's what it is. Excuse after excuse after excuse. And we need more accountability, sitting back and saying, no, this doesn't work. 4 years, 7 years, 6 years. I'm happy.
Stop the cap. Shit.
If I find you uploading my stuff to YouTube, expect your channel to be gone by tomorrow.
Facts. Okay.
All right.
I'm so glad he said that. Let's get into this, because often I have commenters, Kevin Samuel supporters, looking out for his content. I'm not mad at that. But they conflate who he's talking to. So let me pull this up on the screen and show y'all exactly what he means by when he says this. Because a lot of people are conflating this. Okay, let me pull this on the screen. Oh, shit. I'm in the way. Hold on. Okay. From Kevin Samuels. Warning, report any channels and videos you see using my Instagram, IG Live, or YouTube videos that are just ripped, mirrored, and uploaded. You hear that? Ripped, mirrored, and uploaded. People just stealing his content and re-uploading it for the views. Not response or reaction videos. I hope y'all see that. This is specifically about the content that is intentionally taken from my platforms and then uploaded to their platforms. No warnings will be given, so if you choose to use my content without permission, expect a copyright strike for each occurrence. I don't know these people. They are not my friends or colleagues. This is outright theft and will be treated as such. That's no participation trophies. None. And he's not giving warnings. He's just giving strikes at this time.
Crying to me, and I'm not having that.
A lot of people praise Kwame Brown for allowing people to do that. Take his raw uploads without doing any work and, upload it. And he's just like, okay, he's giving back to the community. But you don't know who's uploading it and who's making money off of that. And it's a participation trophy because they're doing no work. It's theft. And it should be treated as theft because they're not doing work. I don't award people that don't do the work. This is a profession. Some people forget that. Let's get back into it. Back into the reaction. I got to replace this again because no one wants to look at this.
I'm serious. I don't know why we should be patient with this.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I am 31.
All right. Well, I'm sure you saw the topic. What do you got on? Dating is dumb.
So I agree with you. And especially now after hearing the first lady speak and kind of putting the pieces together. And I do agree that I think females, we don't necessarily look for the right things. For example, myself, I wasn't like sexually active until my 20s. So sex was always out of the picture when it came to relationships. So I had a list of basically like all of the responsible things that I was looking for in a man. Finally, when I found that, the sex was off, but I still stayed with the man for like 4 years. I'm willing to marry the guy.
Are you okay? The sex is off, but everything else is right.
Yeah, like he was responsible.
But hold on. Did you want to get married?
I did. I mean, in the back of my mind.
Did you want to get married going into the relationship?
Of course, yeah.
Was he marriage-minded going into the relationship?
He was. He was like a traditional type of person, like getting married before babies and all that.
And you guys didn't marry?
We didn't. We ended up living together
for 4 years.
That's the thing. So I thought I was on the right track, but now hearing the way that you're saying it, it's true. This is how you end up 40 alone with no kids, because you waste so much time thinking or being scared that something will go wrong. So you're basically running out the clock to then be like, oh, I was right. Thank God I don't have to get divorced now. We just have to break up.
That's it.
So, yeah. So my thing is like, how do you get over that initial fear? Because I mean, no one's perfect. I'm not perfect, and I'm still.
Did you ever learn how to swim?
I'm sorry?
Did you ever learn how to swim?
I did, but I don't remember it specifically.
Okay.
The point.
How do they get people afraid of getting in the deep end of the pool?
You just shove them in, I guess.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just like you and the other woman proved, there's no amount of taking it slow, moving in, this and that. All you get out of that is the same level of exposure and heartbreak, but nothing. No tax break, no nothing. And it's generally not the men who are hesitant. Modern women are 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because you're 1 foot in, you want traditional men, but you want to be modern women. You got to pick. If you want to be a modern woman, buy a dog, go live with your girlfriend. You want to be a traditional woman, getting leadership, getting role, getting your role. Because he has a role, you have a role. Whether you work, both are working or not. But you cannot have it all. And when you try to have it all as a modern woman, you have what you guys have. Nothing. And unfortunately, we don't have these conversations. We have women telling women to take your time, don't make a mistake, such and so forth. So when somebody like myself comes along and say, what are y'all waiting for? It sounds crazy. But what really sounds crazy is when you guys get to explain what you're doing instead. So that's why I hope women hear these things so they'll start saying, at least if you were married, you have 4 years into a marriage. But that's the thing. It seems like today many women don't even value a man like him being in the house. You said you guys live together?
Yeah.
How long?
Out of the 4 years, we were together for 2.5, living together.
Okay. So what was the thought process of moving in together and not getting married?
Well, I was in a circumstance where I couldn't move back with my parents, and I also could, so it was basically like financially wise for the both of us.
Okay. Did he want to marry you?
Yeah,
But you didn't want to commit to him.
I was gonna wait for him to propose, and I just didn't. At the end of the day, I was like complacent.
If he wanted to marry you.
No, but not at the moment. We were both like on a track.
Okay.
We were both kind of like on a timeline, and I was just complacent. Like I loved him, but I wasn't like fully fulfilled because of the physical part.
Get a dildo. Pleasure yourself.
That was my solution. I know that was my solution.
But you moved in with a guy without making him commit to you.
That's crazy.
And you say he wanted to marry you. How do you know that?
Because we spoke about it, and when we broke up, he even said, I really thought this was it. Like we were both very emotional. And
all right, let me help you ladies out. Men who want to marry you go buy a ring. They don't do all this stuff. This is why, haven't you heard stories where women meet a man and under 6 months they're married and it seems like everything went so fast and then for you got 4 years? Because that's what a man who wants to get married does. Mm-hmm. He doesn't do these baby.
That's what happens when a man is marriage minded and he finds a wife. They get married quick, they have babies quick, and things move along quickly.
3 steps. But if you're moving in fear, he's moving in fear, y'all don't need to be together.
Right.
So I appreciate it, though. I'm going to go on to the next part. See, ladies, I'm going to tell you this. Like it or not,
The hell?
you're not picking the kind of men, you want, for women who say they're ready for marriage, I will tell you, I have seen too many men decide when they're ready to get married, they go looking for a wife. And they don't wait. Because men are like, I'm ready to get married, let's move on. Men are not trying to spend 3-4 Januaries together with you as a girlfriend. Let's get to it. We got shit to do.
Trying to build. Facts.
That
Facts.
whole perpetual high school shit is real. Perpetual high school or college. Why are you moving in with somebody? We're moving in together. You move in with your husband. The reality is a lot of you ladies, maybe not her case, you know, in the first woman's case, you end up falling in love with what that dick do. Cool. This is why I played what I played at the beginning. For the people who weren't paying attention, who weren't here at the beginning, I'll play it again so you guys can understand how we got here. I can play how we got here.
I don't know what I'm expecting.
Okay, so his version is just the audio. I actually have the video. I played it in the beginning of the video. So I'm just going to do that again if he's going to repeat the audio. And then we're going to close out this upload, wrap this up. So let's replay that. This wasn't in the beginning of this live stream. It was in the beginning of the last live stream if you missed it. So this is what he plays.
What am I looking for me being in a relationship for 1 year?
This is Amira from Lapeef Let's Talk Show. And I actually threw the video in here so we can see it again. So we don't have to just hear the audio. We can see them speak.
I don't know what I'm expecting to.
What am I looking for me being in a relationship for 1 year versus us getting married straight away? Because there's nothing that you're not going to know about someone without being with them anyway. But I'm not going to waste time and, how can I say this? I'm not going to allow time for me to have premarital sex, because I'm not going to, if you're not having sex with a person, you're not going to stay that long with them before you get married, okay? We're not just going to sit around and talk. So we get married to prevent us from fornicating, from possibly having premarital sex, by accident, as they say. So that's why we tend to get married. And also, if things go wrong, then they go wrong. But this is why your father is there to vet your man. This is why the families are so involved.
You hear that? If things go wrong, they go wrong. Not fear-based dating. If things go wrong, they go wrong. You made your choice. You made your selection. You're married. It is what it is. All this fear-based dating is holding people back.
Be that net. If something does go wrong, the family is there. And the family has already vetted that person for me. My father already spoke to my husband. My father already knew the type of man my husband was. Men tend to see things in other men that women can't. I don't know why, but from what I've seen here is like girls, we tend to be kind of slow when it comes to picking partners because it's hard for women to get past that adrenaline of like, oh, I like this guy because he's exciting and he makes me feel so butterflies. But my father knew how to pick a stable man for me. He knew how to pick one that was a hardworking man who wasn't going to let bills get behind, let things just happen. So I hope that answers your question. I hope that I understood the question right.
You did. You absolutely did. And
like it or not, cool.
So I'm going to go back to where we were.
This is why I played what I played at the beginning. For the people who weren't paying attention, who weren't here at the beginning, I'll play it again so you guys can understand how we got here.
You feel so butterfly.
They're picking on the substance, the character, modern women.
So I hope that answers your question.
That's the essence of what it is. You don't know how to pick. That's why so many modern women are by themselves. You don't know how to pick. And you're emotional. You pick on the butterflies instead of picking on the substance, the character. That's why so many women, I want a high value man, because to you, to many women, I think, well, that's character. That's a part of it. But what if a man's not one of the top 10%? What if he's just what if he's right there with you, average or above average? You still want butterflies. I'm pointing out the fact, you're taking too long to pick. You're taking too long to pick. And it would be different if you were taking a long time to pick and it was working. It's not. Take too long to pick and then find out after you've been with somebody for 3, 4, 5 years, we moved in, we got married, and we were divorced after 6 months. All right, you know what? This was actually a good show. I'm going to take that first clip. I'm about to upload this to YouTube because that first part, she was being honest, and I thank her for calling in because
Now I got this well after he uploaded it well after he uploaded it to YouTube, and people that are taking his clips straight from Instagram and uploading it to YouTube are violating. Y'all niggas better be careful because your channel could get snatched real quick.
everything was right there. It's all right there.
Hi.
It's all right there. Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 22. 22.
22. You're a bit young for this conversation.
Are you sure? I mean, we had to ask you some questions.
Yeah. All right. All right. Yeah, I'm talking. Wrong answer. I'm sure. Don't ask me if I'm sure. I'm sure. 22 years old, you got to ask some questions. You're not even at this point. But I will tell you one thing. At 22, between the age of 22 and 25 is when you should be trying to get married instead of being out on the CC. Yeah, I don't do smart answers. He don't like black women. No, I don't do that with nobody. All right, so you were here earlier. You came back last week.
Just about.
All right,
now.
I'm going to build off this first part, and we're going to expand this. I'm going to do this on part 2 on YouTube because we need to start talking about how, as jacked up as it is today, how to get from here to there. My suggestion, modern women, here it is. Like I tell the men, do it afraid, do it scared, but you got to do it. There is nothing you're going to be able to find out that's going to give you 100% assurance you're making the right choice. You're just going to have to jump in the deep end. You're going to have to try. And just like the woman said, if it fails, it fails. Your relationships are failing. You might as well have a failed marriage. But the only failure is if you decide to not work. Most of the time, the relationships are failing is because you guys are filing. You're leaving. What we're starting to see is the problem with relationships, is the problem with commitment in relationships with men. But this is starting to show that we've been told it's with men. But how come so many modern women can't get, can't keep? Can't get, can't keep. All right. Till the next time, your godfathers. Till next time, your godfathers out.
It's not hard to fool shit. Stop this music. This will completely fuck up the upload. I thought I cut out the music. Jeez. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. When you see reactions from my channel, from now moving forward, and pretty much what I've always been doing, most of the reactions that I react to and add insight to or add my perspective to is pretty much just gonna be those of accountability. No crying, no victimology, none of that shit. If we're not speaking about accountability and solution-based ideas, then what are we talking about? I'm not going to be reacting to no emotional bullshit. No people crying
Crying to me, and I'm not having that.
It's legitly going to be nothing but strength, consistency, accountability, all of that. Standing on your own twos, not coming to YouTube and crying and asking people for support because this person did this to me and this person did that to me. We're not doing those reactions. But we out here doing the work. Make sure that you like the upload. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Yeah. What do we have else? Or what else do we have here? Let's get to it. See the comments. Oh, we have no comments. Shout out to you. I can't really. MYNXXX804. Shout out to you. Only comment in the live stream. Yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. We have the Dr. Umar Johnson and Lord Jamar live stream coming up next. That's a reaction. And what else do we got? We have the Alex and Donna. The Alex and Donna production has been long. I mention this literally every live stream, and it's because I'm putting a lot of work into this. This is going to be something that people need to pay attention to when it comes to domestic disputes in the household and the double standards that people need to learn how to accept and learn how to maneuver and not deal with these crazy, ratchet, physical, aggressive ass. No, I'm not going to cuss. But we out. Yeah.